Hello, you're watching Polly Knits. This is Paul. I'm Polly81 on Ravelry. I am Polly Knits on Instagram, Polly Knits on Etsy. The blog spot is Polly Knits, polly-knitting.blogspot.com. I post these videos in the Ravelry group, and I post them on YouTube, and I do post them on my blog. I think I've got them all up there. Today is July 11th, Wednesday, July 11th, 2018, and I figured I would find a spot and I would record for you and tell you what I've been up to. It's beautiful out here. I'm in California, Northern California, Arcata, California, Humboldt County, and it's been nice, yeah. So what else did I want to say? We've had a house guest. My nephew's been here while he's been trying to find an apartment. He goes to the university here, so he finally found himself an apartment, and that's great for him. I have a page of some stuff. I wrote some notes. Mike and I have been going to these festivals on Fridays in Old Town. It's music, and it's a good live music, and they've got street vendors, and you can drink beer or wine. And it's fun. It's a lot of fun. The officers are out talking to the community, and you can do the farmer's market, and there's a lot going on. So Thursdays we're having the Old Town Summer Series, which is down on the boardwalk. That's a big music thing where everyone's dancing and enjoying themselves, and that's fun to go people watch. We've been out riding our bike. We ride along, well, I share on Instagram, so follow me over there if you want to see bike pictures. We ride along the bike path that they just built. Us go through the marsh, so there's all kinds of pretty pictures and stuff to see and to take. We just had the 4th of July, which I did not attend the 4th of July. I went out on the 3rd of July, and we watched fireworks in a neighboring city and went to that festival. And they stagger them just because I think people like to go to both. And so on the 4th of July, I just stayed here with Coco because she was so freaked out. So I just hung out with her. That was fun. I had fun. Nothing. Didn't do anything except for try to cuddle her. So the other thing that's been going on is the Tour de France has started, which is a bike race over in France. They don't always start in the same spot. And I watched part of the first and the second day, but I'm really behind. I haven't been wanting to spin because I was sitting on my couch spinning, and it's just not the right spot. So I'm trying to get the right support for while I'm spinning so I don't hurt my lower back, or, and I'm trying to take it real slow and easy because I'm not going to get hurt. It's supposed to be all good fun to do the Tour de Fleece. The Tour de Fleece goes along with the Tour de France. And I know a lot of you guys don't spin, which is totally fine. I hope you enjoy seeing what I make, and I don't have the fiber that just came off the wheel because it's being knit up. And I did show those socks on a previous podcast. They're going to be a no-show on this one because I haven't worked on them. But the other thing we did yesterday was we've been taking my Jeep to the Dodge dealer to have these free recalls done on it. So, like, I got a free hitch on the back of it and some other stuff done, which I have no idea what it was, but okay. You got to keep up on these things. So yesterday it took 45 minutes for the last appointment, so we went across the street to the brewery, which is called Lost Coast Brewery. They have 2 locations now. They have one in the center of town and one in the end of town. And the one we went to was at the end of town. It's really cool up there, and they have beer, they have an ice cream stand, and they have, you could buy a bag of chips and a container of salsa, but they have no food. But it was really fun because they have all these games set up, and honestly, it's the piece of property that they bought and built this brewery on, which you can do tours and stuff. It is surrounded by cemeteries. There's one on either side. And my partner Mike was surprised they let him buy that property because usually they need it for the cemetery. And there's this house that's at the very bottom of the street that's all fenced off and boarded up, and looks like they're gonna get rid of that house, and I don't know, but it's like haunted. Everything's haunted. I like haunted stuff. Anyways, so I do have a couple podcasts I want to mention, and I have another event. The event I'd like to mention is called Stitches SoCal, and it's going to take place November 1st through the 4th, I believe, and you can go to the Stitches website for more information. So there's a lot of locations. I didn't realize they were still trying to set up more locations, but now we have a Stitches South and we have a Stitches SoCal in California. And I believe that's going to be in Pasadena. So if you're interested in meeting up with your friends or going to Stitches, there's an option for you. I do plan on going, but who knows, once November comes. I'm kind of antisocial. At least around here I am. So some podcasts I've been watching which have really kept my attention for me to knit and talk to people, and I try to send people messages, you know. So the first one is new. It's called Jammin' with Yarn. She's on Ravelry, but she's not on social media, so you're not going to find her on Instagram yet. She's taking baby steps, so go over there and encourage her to come join us on Instagram. She's got a very uplifting and positive message with her podcast. So she just wants you to be you, and you know what? Everything else is good. So I would definitely go check out Jammin' with Yarn. I forgot what her name is. I didn't see it on Ravelry, but just give it a check out. You know, you might like it. Another podcast I've been watching is called Faking Sanity with Cindy and her co-host, which I don't know her name either. I looked at the Ravelry page and I'm not sure which one she is, because the woman on the podcast has a short butch haircut and the woman on Ravelry has long dark hair, and I don't know if that's the same person or not. But Faking Sanity, there's a Ravelry group. They're Canadian, and they are podcasting out of a bookstore, which I can tell is actually turning more into a yarn store now. They've got needles and yarn, and if you look behind them while they're podcasting, there's all this pretties, and it's just, that's a place I'd really like to go hang out if it were local. Another podcast is called The Stout Stitch with Zach, and he is podcasting from his little corner in Arkansas, which is cool. That's what I love all these podcasts, is because we've all got a different point of view and a different area we live in, so it makes it fun. Another one is called Knitting the Stash with Melissa, and she's from Urbana, Illinois. And sometimes she brings her husband on for parts, and he's really funny. I think he's great. And that's why I think you should go. Well, also, her projects she does are really, like, you can learn from seeing what she makes. She makes really technical, I'm just very impressed with her work, so, and I believe she's a designer too. I'm not sure, but check out Knitting the Stash. She'll keep you very entertained. And then for the last one is called The Neurotic Knitter with Drew, and I've been following him for quite a while, I believe, on Instagram and Ravelry, and his last episode, he was in the yarn shop with his best friend, and they were just knitting and having a great time, and I loved it, and I think you will too. He's all over Instagram too, so I'm sure you probably know who Drew is already. So check out Jammin' with Yarn, Faking Sanity, The Stout Stitch, Knitting the Stash, and The Neurotic Knitter. And that's all I'm going to mention today. I didn't plan on talking about that many podcasts, but shout out. Alrighty. I tried to take good show notes today, and it's just, you know how that goes. As long as I write a few things to talk about, I'll be fine. So, I do have a few finished objects, too. Today I'm drinking an energy drink out of here. It's like a powder, well, it's not really an energy drink, it's kind of like a powdered health drink thing that I really like. So, okay. So I've knit the Hexagonal Market Bag by Laura Dianiska. I don't know how to say that name. It's probably not English. I used Karen Cotton Cakes in the Morning Dew colorway, which is really beautiful. And the dark blue is the remix, Barocco remix. Oh, let's see if you can see that. So I changed up the pattern by doing self-striping in the mesh part and the blue tweed on the base and top and handles. It's a really fun project. It's a fast project. These are so the base, the top, and the handle are knit on a US 5, which is a 3.75 millimeter. And the mesh is knit on a 10.5, which is a 6.5 millimeter. Sorry. It's a fast, enjoyable project. And so if you're thinking about a bag, I think all the bags are pretty cool. I haven't knit every one, but so you need to know the knit stitch. You need to know knit front and back, knit two together, yarn over, pick up and knit, and garter stitch, which I think it could be easier. Don't know. And you have to know how to bind off. So not too many advanced skills. If you're new, this might be a way to step up your game and learn how to pick up a knit, because that skill is very useful to have if you're gonna be a knitter. So just saying. And even if you fail at it, just try it again, because it's nice to know how to do that. The second finished object is a bulky hat, and this is, let's see where we at here. Bulky Waffle Hat by Linda Suda, and this hat is knit on a US 10 or 6.0 millimeter. The yarn is Charisma Tweed Hues, and when I went to put this on Ravelry, the colorway was not on Ravelry, and it's called Sweet Dreams. I hope you guys can see the colors and stuff out here. I've been looking for a spot to record, and I've been working on pulling all my stuff out for a little while today, so hopefully. I was in the backyard first, and then I wasn't happy with the setup or the chair. Anyways, so you could see the tweed and the waffle, which I do love a good waffle pattern. These I didn't write about, and I don't even remember if I showed, but I knit this on the trip we just got back from Mike's mother's house. This is just a knit 2 purl 2 rib hat. Easy. Oh, I didn't tell you what you need to know for this one. I'm sorry. So you got to know how to cast on, and I like the looser cast on or the stretchier cast on. I use the Twisted German. Is it the Twisted German cast on, or is it the German Twisted cast? I think it's Twisted German. I get them backwards. So cast on, knit stitch, purl stitch, knit 2 together. And there's no bind off on this hat. You're just gonna pull the yarn through the extra stitches and pull it snug, and then you're gonna secure it and weave those ends in, and it's done. And this I'm planning to send to Cody for his he's doing a hat, he's collecting hats for work. And this one I just started this one to have something in it in the car. And this is just loose, cast on, knit stitch, purl stitch, knit 2 together, and the same top, so no bind off. Also, I have to say with these hats, to close the top you could either use DPNs or you could do magic loop. And a lot of people like magic loop. I'm a DPN fan. That's what I struggled to learn so hard when I first started knitting, and I did not give up. I learned it, and I'm efficient at it. So if that's something you want to do, then just keep trying. And did I show this one? I already showed this hat. This is that cotton hat for the cotton along. Cotton summer plant fiber. So that's fun. I don't remember the details on this one. I think it's on my last show. Okay. So, my whips, I have some no-shows. So I have started a pair of purple socks for a friend online, and I'm on the second one ready to start the heel flap. But I'm not going to show it because it's a surprise. The sports shorts I have not had any progress on them. I'm ready to just rip them out. Obviously, if it's sitting that long, I'm not happy with it. That's how I figure that. And let's see here. Oh, the granny rectangle Afghan. I don't have it out here. I actually forgot to bring it out. So, once again, you could check my Instagram page, because that's about where I'm at with it. It's on there. And for the granny rectangle Afghan, I'm not really efficient with crochet terminology, so let's see, you have to know how to chain, you have to know how to do a double crochet. What else? I'm not sure. I'm planning on doing an edging on it, so we'll see. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to show that on the next podcast, because I'm ready to finish it. I used an F hook, or a 3.75 millimeter. I am using the pattern off of YouTube, which I usually do for crochet. And this one is from the Crochet Crowd, although on YouTube there's a lot of people who have videos on crochet, so just find somebody that works with you, and keep in mind that sometimes they're talking in UK terms versus US terms, and they are different. So I'm using random variegated yarns in this blanket. I've put in I Love This yarn, and I put in Red Heart with Love, and I cannot tell the difference, so there you go. And Mike tells me he wants it giant. He wants me to just keep going until it's huge. It's like, yeah, that's not going to be functional. And then my main whip. Let me show you my main whip that I've been really working on. It's down here. I started the Flax Light by Tin Can Knits, and it's living in my chicken boots bag. There's her little tag right there. Isn't it cute? It's got so many pockets and little places to stick things. I love this bag. She used to live here, but now she's gone. Anyways. It's in a kind of a tangled way. So I'm gonna try to show this the best I can. Stick with me here. Can you see it? This is the front. And they are stripes. So there's the collars right here and the stripes. And I just joined it together so the sleeves are ready. See? And this is fingering weight yarn. And I thought it was like, when I thought of a fingering weight sweater, all I could think about was, oh god, that's gonna take years to make. But I'm having a lot of fun with this. It's not taking years. It did sit for a second, but yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll on that, because now I'm just going around and around on the body. And I have decided to slip the first stitch of the second row. Well, okay, it's hard to explain how to do a jogless stripe, but that's what I'm doing. All it is a slip stitch, and I think it's working okay. I'm not really too concerned about that. I don't know if it's needed on a two round stripe or not, but as long as you're enjoying your project. So it's knit on a US 2, which is a 2.75 millimeter, and a US 5, which is a 3.75 millimeter. And the needles I'm using right now, I don't like. They are Knitter's Pride interchangeable, and one time I did have the needle come apart when the yarn fell into the little screw area and I could not get it out. And then the second, and now what's happening is that it's hitting the piece of wood that the needle and the metal are connected, and it's really difficult to get the stitches past that point since it's fingering yarn. And so I ordered a set of needles from Eat Sleep Knit. I am gonna try the Chaigus. They're already here, but I ordered the wrong size. Oops. So here they are. These are the red lace needles, and people keep telling me about them, and I want to try them. If I love these, I wouldn't mind getting an interchangeable set. At first I wanted Haya, but these are really a nice point. And they're light, and I hear the cable's really good, so I bought those. It's a 40-inch cable. I need a project now. Okay. Anything else about the Flax Light? Yes. The yarn I'm using is Knit Picks Palettes in the Tide Pool Heather and the Marble Heather. And how I did mine is I cast on for the medium size, and then when I'm doing my increases for the raglan, I go all the way to the XL size. And I also I keep track of my count, make sure I get to the count I need to by adding extra rounds or whatever it is I need to do, and then it works somehow. I just like that small neck, you know? I don't like... I'm sorry, women can get away with wearing a neck that's like a really big boat neck, but men, I don't think we look very good in that style. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. So this is what I found out that works for me. So I cast on for the medium, I knit the collar, and then I start doing short rows on the back of the neck so that front right here comes down like this. Otherwise it's up here choking right here, and I'm like, no, I am not doing that. Good for you if you like that. And I think that's everything I wrote down. Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. Okay. Another page of notes. So this is the spinning segment, and I just want to show you what I'm working on. I don't have the bobbin with me because it's on the wheel, but oops, sorry for leaning. I brought a little sample of the merino. I'm spinning merino. I have 8 ounces of this stuff. This is a 21.5 micron count merino from the Woolery. And I have no idea what that means except for it makes it softer somehow. And so it's pretty and it smells really good. So what I have done is I have divided the 4 ounces into 3 sections and weighed them to make sure that they're about the same. And so that's going to be it's going to be a 3-ply. So I'm going to do, I get 3 Ziploc bags and I put each ply in there so that I don't lose it or get everything jumbled up. So I have this color. This is also from, I believe this is the Woolery too. And then I also have this color, this beautiful, beautiful yellow green. And that's from Karen Engine Fiber Arts, artfullyfelt.blogspot.com, and she's also on Etsy as Karen Engine Fiber Arts, and that is CARINENGEN Fiber Arts. So, and that came from my local fiber festival. I'm honestly not sure how that's going to go anymore. I mean, they're offering it for free, and vendors are not really, we're having less and less vendors. I think it's a hardship for them to come up to this area. Some of my favorite vendors are not even coming anymore, but what are you gonna do? I can tell just by hearing some of the podcasts of the people who sell yarn and traveling and going all these distances, how hard that is. So this is another color I'm adding. By the way, these colors I'm showing you, I'm adding little tiny pops into the white, and the fiber is going to be mostly white with spots of this fiber. So this one came from the Woolery too. This is the dark greenish teal color. Don't know how well that's going to show up. There you go. And then I have this color. This is a beautiful bright yellow. I just hold it with the white, and I just draft some in with the white, and then sometimes the white stops and it's just a yellow spot, and then I add more white and it makes it barber pole. And so this is my plan so far. I'm working on the first ply, and I have not joined a Torta Fleece team. I'm doing this just unofficially because, sorry about all the bag. The reason I didn't join a team is because I just don't think I could keep up with all the challenges. And I noticed they have they want you to do it a specific way. And I don't spend every day the challenge, and I don't want to feel bad like I have to catch up. And I'm just, you know what, I'm just gonna spin and enjoy myself. That's just what I do. And then after everything, I'm gonna buy myself a bobbin because that's my prize, right? That's my way of doing the Torta Fleece. Spin to your liking and buy yourself a gift. Okay, so here's another color I'm adding. This is a dark purple. Beautiful, beautiful purple. Oh, there we go. This is also from the Woolery. I think these are like $10 too for all that. So I'm excited about this. I will show you the merino sheep. Okay, here we go. So this is what the merino sheep looks like. Okay, trying to see if you can see that. And then see this little book, it shows the crimp, and it shows information about the merino, and then it gives you tips down here. And this book is the Field Guide to Fleece, which I have found very helpful and very useful. I want more spinning books. I need more spinning videos. So, let's see here. Merino sheep is one of the most recognizable names in the fleece world. And there's dozens of identified merino breeds. So when someone just says it's merino, it could mean a lot of different things. Just like I showed you, that one has a micron count. So not all merinos the same. It just has a big variety of coats. A lot of different levels of it. Yeah, so it's cool. Merino is wonderful for lightweight, soft, delicate fabrics and garments, including baby clothes, and it felts easily. And if you want to produce a thicker yarn, spin several thin, nicely twisted strands and ply them together. Because merino spins very fine, so it's hard to get a worsted out of it. It's great for socks. I find it to be a fiber that takes me a long time to spin, and also I've learned that you need a lot of twist to hold it together or your single will just keep breaking apart. So that was a spinning lesson I learned. I believe I learned that a few years ago, so I haven't been spinning too much lately, but I plan to do more. I just kind of got really sore. I don't know if it was from spinning from sitting on the sofa or if it was from me doing my barbell exercises. I'm trying to introduce this new barbell exercise to target my, what do you call that area right above your waist on the side? A spare tire? I don't know. I don't think mine's quite there. I'm just trying to firm and stuff. So I've been doing push-ups, counter push-ups. I've been doing try, I guess, the ones where you go over your head. So that works out right here. And I have a weight bench, so I've been doing sit-ups on there. I've been stretching and making sure I'm doing everything right. I had my nephew actually come out and watch me do some exercises to make sure that I'm standing correctly and positioned correctly so I don't hurt myself, because his major is sports medicine. So who else that better to ask, right? I want to thank Will Sparter, the budget knitter, who gave me a shout out on his podcast. I'd like to thank all of you who have joined the podcast and the Ravelry group and subscribe to me on YouTube and like my Etsy shop. I'm getting a lot of traffic right now, and that's wonderful. I didn't bring out what I made this time for the Etsy shop. I've got some earrings made, and I think I'm gonna do some claw stitch markers and not have any rings in that set. But then I was thinking maybe I should do like a set where I have like the lever back earrings too, because I hear that people like the lever back earring as a stitch marker. So I've been going around to the bead shops locally here buying little glass hearts, and I just gotta figure out what I want to do. I also ordered some things off of Etsy for sewing, so I will have a label now. I'm gonna test that out. She designed it for me, and I'm gonna get those. What was that Etsy shop name anyways? I can't remember. I learned about it on In a Pickle Knitting, which by the way is where I'm going after this. I'm gonna go sit at my computer and watch In a Pickle Knitting, because I just got an alert on my phone that says there's a new video from In a Pickle Knitting, and I can knit to that. I can knit to that show. That's one of my favorites too. That's Donna, by the way, if you want to check her out. And upcoming plans with my knitting is just to finish and work on this stuff. I'm gonna work on the purple socks, and I'm gonna work on the sweater. That's my goal. I'm not gonna give myself a huge goal. I like small bites. So crochet, I don't know. I think that's about it for me today. This is going to be a pretty short show. It's beautiful. You can see the sky behind me. So, what else is happening? I don't know. Tomorrow's the music festival in Old Town. I was thinking about bringing a sock or something to work on. Well, that's it for me. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll try to get this uploaded, and I got a few tricks, so we'll see how fast I can get this up on YouTube. I don't do it straight from my phone to YouTube. That doesn't work for me, but what works is to plug my phone to my computer, pull the video off, and then do everything from there on the desktop, because otherwise it's not going up. So if there's a trick, which I tried to make this thing smaller, the video smaller, and I still couldn't get it online, so what I do is I compress it on the desktop. And yeah, that's it. So have a great day, have a great week, happy knitting, I love you, and I hope everything's going well for you. Bye.